Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Charlie, how are you doing, my friend? Always good to see you. First one in today, huh? That's awesome. So as you can see, we are not in the bear cave. We are currently in a cabin on the side of a mountain in Colowee, North Carolina. Because we came up to see Pay for the weekend. So that was kind of cool. She ended up ditching us last night for a shindig, so we ended up just being the chauffeur to get Cub up here so that she'd go to this party last night. Morning, Rusty. But it was good. We got in Friday night, hung out, went to dinner. They went to Chili's, which was kind of a bummer, but hey, whatever.
You don't miss it the last one.
300 is good. And then we kind of hung out here at the cabin. It's a nice little spot. It's a small 2-bedroom cabin with 1 bathroom. I got a little video coming up next week, probably tomorrow, maybe if I get it edited. Kind of a little tour. It's a small little spot, but man, it's got running water right behind us, like a stream.
Mm-hmm.
Real shallow, but I mean it butts right up to the river. We had a nice stroll. The owner stopped by and we started talking, and he was telling me he just cut these new paths all the way up the mountain, these little trails. And he's a little fella. And by little paths, I mean they were about, 12 inches wide? 18 inches wide. So my big butt walking up there.
You were doing fine.
Yeah. The sides of the trail was going up the hill. A little sketch at times.
They were like, instead of them being like level, they'd do like this, and they'd do like this.
Or turned
out. But like the ground was soft.
Yeah. And both of us are in our, Crocs. I kicked mine into 4-wheel drive early. Because I knew. I kicked mine into 4-wheel drive early. And we got, about halfway up the mountain?
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of zigzag back and forth the side of it.
Yeah.
And then once you get up to a certain spot, it's just 45 degrees straight up.
Yeah.
Would you say that was about halfway? And
3/4.
And Kay and I walked it, and we walked it. We about fell down it. Okay, I did. And we went up it, and we got to a point where my legs were like, dude, you're done. And I stopped, and I had to sit down. Yeah. I mean, I was toast. And the video doesn't do it justice. I mean, it's 45 degrees straight up. Yeah. It's a little steeper than that.
Yeah.
But,
Mm-hmm.
We could see where the tree stopped going up. Like, the bottom of the tree stopped going up. So it looked like we were probably, 150, 200 yards away from the top. And we called it. Yeah. Which was good because she had to get ready for her little shindig. But yeah, yeah. About wiped out coming down a couple times.
You got a cool walking stick though.
Yep. I did pick up a help the help me don't fall down stick. Picked that up early at the bottom of the mountain.
But it did good.
Yeah, it held out. I might have to take that dude on me.
Your block? Your cement block?
Yep, I picked up a flat rock. Because one of the stores, so we went to this little shop, this little area in Silva, which is just outside Colowee. What's up, Terry? How you doing, buddy? Sinus infection. Eee. So that's what you got for your birthday, huh? Was a nasty sinus infection. Ugh. I'm sitting here watching the back end of that Blackstone raise up.
Really?
Yep. Y'all remember when we had that problem where this, see that? I'm watching it raise up. So I don't know what it is. But anyway. So we were in Silva, and it's a nice little, you got a one-way street coming towards town. You got a one-way street going out of the main drag. And it's a lot of little shopping centers, and there's like 3 breweries, little coffee shop coming, whatever. So we walked through some shops. This one guy he had some cast iron. And man, I was like, oh yeah, let's go check this out. And I didn't read it on the sign to begin with that he had it on the out front, because that would have told me to be ready for the price shot. But he had some Wagner Signios. He had a favorite, which I would love to get a favorite. That's probably the first time I've seen a favorite in a ball wrap out in the wild. Well, that's what they call that. I mean, it's out to where you can pick them up, right?
Oh,
but at a $97 price tag, I kind of kept on going. He had a really cool gate marked, was probably 1870s skillet. Looked kind of cool. Really rough shape, but I mean, it's old. So he had a couple other little nice pieces, but he was asking like going rate collector price. So I didn't get anything, but I saw some cool stuff. And another spot had a couple pieces. Popped in a Goodwill, and they had one skillet, and I was like, oh, okay. I could tell it's Asian by the handle because it had the like 4 or 5 lines on the thumb rest. And I was like, okay, well, I know it's Asian. I picked it up, and it's an Old Mountain, which is not a bad skillet. I got a square Old Mountain grill pan, and I really like it. But they wanted $14 for it. A little high for my rehab station.
not a lot of people here know how to use cast iron. I think they do.
Oh yeah, I mean you got old country folk
Well,
up
I'm
here.
saying like,
Your youngins don't.
yeah, I'll tell them about cast iron, and then they're like, well, what? Like, why is that so special? But like,
Yeah.
I was talking, like, Avis made breakfast burritos, and she was scrambling the fresh eggs in a cast iron, and I was like, I just heard myself like mumble hot iron, cold oil like 3 times, just mumbled it, and I was just like, okay, Pop, I get it.
It's sinking in a little bit. Yeah. And her one friend that you're looking at rooming with next semester.
Yeah, my roommate.
Well, it's her roommate now, but they're looking to get an apartment together. She's expressed some interest in cast iron 101. So I might have to put together a little series of CI 101. Simple stuff, Is it just the 2 of us up there? Nope. The wife drove up because it's about 3.5 hours to get up here. And that's outside of my driving distance radius, comfortability, and it was on the interstate. And yeah. So Mama drove up, Cub's sleeping here on the couch. And so it's all of us up here. Her one friend, her roommate's supposed to be here, but I knew a week ago when we were playing this that she wasn't going to make it.
I think she just overslept.
Yeah, they were out partying. So you guys went to tell them about your party.
partying is a very incorrect term. So my roommate's part of the ballroom dance club, and they put on a
Talk a little louder.
They put on a murder mystery dinner.
Talk a little louder. Terry's got a sinus infection.
They put on a murder mystery dinner, so it's kind of like a whodunit clue game. But for the first hour that you're there, you're learning to waltz. So I learned like the basic steps for waltz. Got all gussied up because it was formal, semi-formal attire. And then we had gone, and it was like the whole event was from like, it didn't stop till like close to 9.
That's them all gussied up.
Yeah.
Kind of like an Elvira look with all the black and then the bright red.
Yeah. Well, Casey was a debutante. They typically don't wear black. She's her own version of debutante. Perfect. I was on looking for my 6th husband because I killed all the others. And Nolan was just kind of there. She didn't know what she was going for.
Yeah.
But I mean, like we made up characters. We had a lot of fun with it. If you guys are on my see my Instagram and stuff, you guys saw me dancing with my friend Ricardo. She was there, and it was a fun night. Then we went to McDonald's, the one uncrowded place in Silva on a Saturday night. And so we went there, and because Cookout finally opened up their dining hall up here.
Okay.
First time since 2016 or 2018.
So, Mama,
everyone was there.
Where'd you go? Do you want to tell the people about what we did?
So while the girls are having their shindig, yesterday would have been my dad's 77th birthday.
Woo!
So we did like a food crawl in Dillsboro. So one of the last meals we really shared with Dad, he wanted food from this place, food from that place, food from this place, food from that place.
It was kind of like his, almost like if you would, the last meal of rights, where you can have whatever you want. He wanted a pie from this place. He wanted
lobster from this place. He wanted a snack from this place, a milkshake from this place. So we went to Dillsboro, and we were going to do appetizers at this one place. We didn't really like the appetizer, so we got a side item. And then we went to a brewery, and I got a beer. And then went to a barbecue place, and we got like meat.
Mom actually you actually found this barbecue spot.
It was in one of the brochures here.
And it is in the top 100 in the nation, right?
Well, it said top 25, but when I looked that up, I couldn't find it in the top 25. So it might have been the top 25 in like the year of 2010. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm not sure. But
it was called Haywood's Smokehouse.
I've heard about it, yeah.
They're well known for their brisket, evidently.
Which is my favorite. So we went there and we got brisket and banana pudding. And then we left there and we went into this tavern that was all in the same block. It wasn't my vibe. So we left the tavern.
Yeah.
And we went back to Silva. Went back to Silva and we went to Balsam Brewery. Had a great bartender.
Yeah, she was good.
Had a cheers like atmosphere. Like I told you, this is a place we could go and hang out and become regulars.
And it wasn't for a Saturday night. I mean, Dillsboro has a population of what did you say, 210?
It said 210.
210 people. So half the people are working, the other half the people are getting ready for work the next day. And then
some were eating out.
Somewhere in that, well, I guess it'd be a third was working, a third was getting ready for morning shift, and the other third was out eating.
Right. So we went to that little brewery. I had a drink there, and we talked to the old bartender, super sweet girl, and then we came home and we waited for you went to bed, and I waited for the kiddos to get home.
Yeah, you were out.
Huh?
Yeah, you fell asleep on the couch waiting for the girls. But
yeah.
anyway, so we.
I'm gonna show them the group photo from last night.
I just showed them one.
No, there's a
Oh.
photo. I have new photos. You haven't seen them yet.
So there was at. Yeah, you can't really.
Hold on.
You have a.
Not sure.
You can kind of see. It's tricky
Yeah.
face.
Well,
But we went to this one brewery. Has a lot of locations around here.
there we go. It's hard to see, but this is everybody.
Yeah.
And this is Roy on this side. And he was kind of joking, and he was like, he didn't realize it at the time, but he was the only guy. But he's used to being the only guy. And so he goes, I look like the gay best friend. And so we made him say the Mean Girls line that she doesn't even go here. And he was like, she doesn't even go here. And we were like, oh, yes, Roy, thank you so much.
Yeah. So the one place we went into is a small little brewery. Wasn't bad. I mean, I got a Diet Coke.
Innovations?
No, I was thinking the other one.
Oh,
The first one we went into.
that was innovation.
Okay,
The
so
gear shift kind of.
yeah. So I got a couple stickers from there. It was a nice little spot, kind of small and.
It reminds me of Slow Play Back Home.
Yeah. And then the other place we went into.
I'll come back and visit that one. I like
the
that.
farm to table is what I was thinking.
Oh,
So it was called farm to table, and I'm thinking like it's like we were trying to figure out how to explain it. It's more like an upscale. I don't know, kind of like a really nice done shabby chic with farm stuff hanging on the wall. It wasn't really farmy other than animals hanging on the wall, like pictures of cows and pigs but I don't know. I got a bowl of grits, Gouda grits, and you just drop some in there, Rusty.
Hey.
We're thinking of you, buddy. Yeah.
That's how we're gonna find out.
But it was okay. The wife got some. She got some sort of fried taters. They were side dishes. And then we went to the Innovations. She got a beer and played. What was the game you played?
Pac-Man.
Oh.
They had the arcade version with Mrs. Pac-Man and Galaga.
Well, there are others. There are like 6 different games. Like there's Donkey Kong on there. I think Frogger was on there.
Yeah.
Frogger. I think it was Frogger.
So she was drinking her beer and playing that. I was sitting there watching the ball game, listening to this old set of old couple, and they're like 70s, easy, and they're talking about carrying guns and shooting people, and it was listening to this old grandma talking about, well, I was going to shoot this guy, but I didn't feel like I didn't want that on my conscience shooting somebody. It was just funny.
People up here make me laugh.
Yeah, it was just funny. Honey Badger, what's going on, buddy? Rusty looks a lot different. See what happens when he shaves? If you find a piece of ham in the water thing,
It's just a little bonus.
yeah, that's what Rusty dropped in there.
Stop. So we were at.
Oh,
Okay, look, Pot. You think you can do better than do it?
hey, you're trying to cook and talk at the same time.
I know it's hard.
I know.
Her multitasking's better than yours.
Oh,
it is at times.
So we went to a Waffle House last night, like, because that's the usual, like, after like dance or anything. After we met at the Waffle House, so we go there to look.
Yeah, we used to always do that too. Yeah.
And this guy, he came in. He was like, "Is it prom season already?" And we're like, "No," because me and Roy were the only people that like didn't feel weird talking to a random stranger. So we were like, no, it's just we went to a dinner. And Roy was like, "Yeah, we just went to a dinner. We didn't go to prom or anything. Like, we're in college, whatever." And he was like, "Dinner? Tomorrow y'all are here." And I said it was a dinner, but I ain't had no dinner. And he was like laughing, and then he was talking to Roy. He says, "Oh my God," he was like, "You said I wish I had money like you, my man." And Roy was like, "I wish I had money like that too."
Yeah. So James, you might have missed it. We were doing a lot of the looking around up here, and they have a lot of antique shops in Silva and Dillsboro. And Dillsboro was all closed up by the time we were up there walking around. But Silva had some, and they had cast iron, but they wanted top dollar for it. He was asking going rate, and I was kind of, I got talking to him, so I couldn't really film anything. But I was talking to him about different cast iron and whatnot, and he had a favorite skillet up there. Man, I liked it, but $97, I didn't like it that much. He had a nice Wagner Sydney O sitting there, and I was like, I grew up in between those two foundries.
Yeah.
And a cornfield between them two. But he had a Volrath, which it was kind of neat to see a favorite and a Volrath in the wild because I hadn't seen that. But popped in the Goodwill here, and they wanted $14 for a 10-inch deep old mountain skillet.
Yes, I think
you're a little much. Yeah, a little much. For Goodwill price.
There ain't much places out here.
The one spot they had a little number 6. It was the Wagner 1891 skillet, and they wanted $25. And I said, "Man, that's going right for that." Like, it wasn't worth it to me, and it was worse than New Lodge rut. Like the inside, and I was like, that don't seem right. But anyway. Yeah. Rusty, if I got them for $5, it's not as bad as 97 or 125. I mean, the fella had Griswolds, and he's like, "Yeah, I gotta charge top dollar for that." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't want to see that." But if I got one for $5 and it was one that I like a favorite that I was looking for or something, then she wouldn't be too upset. She'd give me static, but it's better than drinking or meth. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I could be drinking and making moonshine and stuff like that, so it could be worse.
But moonshine to meth is a jump.
Yeah, they're both jail time though. What are you doing? Did you dropped a whole? We don't have any dogs up here. Dang.
Dog here.
Rusty, she's taking over for you. She's got sausage on her foot. She's got ham in the water basket. Man. Yeah, it's it kind of hurt though trying to find the score. I mean, even the muffin pans were $75, and I was like, woof. I mean, this is like collector value, so could have a meth lab and go full Walter White. So here's an interesting kind of chuckle story about that show. I kept hearing about the show Dexter. So I was like, okay, I'm going to watch this show, Dexter. But I couldn't remember what the name of it was. Because I would hear about Dexter and I would hear about Breaking Bad. So I turn on Breaking Bad thinking
that it was Dexter?
Yes. So I had the storyline for Dexter in my head, but I turned on Breaking Bad.
Oh, okay.
So I get about 4 or 5 shows into it. I'm like, where's the serial killer that's supposed to be killing people?
Oh,
I don't even get this. And then the wife says, what are you watching Breaking Bad for? And I said, no, it's Dexter. She said, no, it's Breaking Bad. I said, no, this is supposed to be the one where the guy's killing people. Like he's a agent or whatever, and he starts killing people. She's like, yeah, that's not this show. So I was completely confused. But then we find out that, the guy's got cancer and he's trying to make all this money and the meth and all that. And the storyline, and the wife goes, you're bald, you don't wear glasses, and you have cancer, and you are not going to start making meth. So that was kind of funny. It was kind of ironic, but Goodwill prices are what make me mad. It's supposed to be pickers like me, antique malls. Yeah, the antiques shops and stuff. I mean, I knew what I was getting into walking in there, but I was still, you might find that gym, but no, not today. Not these places. But the Goodwills, though, I mean, they're wanting top dollar for cheap iron, and it just wasn't for me. The title screen where it says Breaking Bad might have been. Well, but see, when I read, morning, Daddy Dutch. When I read Breaking Bad, I didn't read the description. So I was thinking that I just went, oh, that's that show with
Dexter.
With the storyline of Dexter, because I just said, oh, I'm gonna watch that. And I clicked it and hit play and didn't read the description. So yeah. So I got about 4 or 5 episodes into it before I realized it wasn't the right show that I thought it was. So Kent, how you doing, buddy? How's the new trailer coming? Kent got him a new comp trailer. And he's starting to outfit it.
That's good.
Yep. So what are you doing now, Pay?
Oh, yeah. So I put hash browns on. I'm making like Waffle House style hash browns.
Yeah, we're like 30 minutes in.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing, Pay?
I'm good. How are you?
What are you making here, Pay?
I'm making Waffle House hash browns.
Dorm style.
Pretty much dorm style.
Why are we saying dorm style? Because we're using pre-made sausage patties, pre-made hash brown patties.
Pre-made everything.
Yeah.
Pre-cut everything. But yeah, I've been talking about these for a little bit.
You must want a lot of hash browns.
Whatever I don't eat, I'll take home.
Yeah, how'd that go, Ken? I saw something about there was a tiebreaker. Yeah, good job. We're gonna be Rusty and I are gonna be using that comp pig shake on the comp we're doing in a couple weeks. Got to get my. I just saw CJ posted the video of cleaning up his offset. I'll be doing that to my one drum.
Do you want bell peppers in your omelet pot?
Yeah. Just cook up all the onions and stuff, all that, just dump it on there. So
I'm waiting for these to crisp up a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Yep.
But yeah, anything that doesn't get eaten, snatching it for the dorm. I've learned. Dorm room cooking, guys. If you haven't seen it on TikTok, there's this one girl or chick or something, dude, I don't know, but they'll make like not filet mignon, Wellington, like perfectly cooked Wellington in their dorm room. Have you seen that?
No.
And it's just like that little like self-cooked, like self-heating pot. And I'm just like, that's a lot of work to be doing that.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't the best at all, but I made like dorm room tuna casserole, but we didn't have the sauce for the casserole. So I added barbecue sauce and Parmesan cheese. So
So Charlie says smothered, covered in pimp slapped hash browns, just like Waffle House.
Heck yeah.
Finally won the tiebreaker. That's what it was. Man, my memory is just shot.
I know, honey.
Drums need a bath. Man, I tell you what, I opened up this comp drum, and the last cook that I did was June of 2020, and that's when we found out all my cancer stuff happened. Well, we found out all about that, and then everything went kind of haywire. So the guy that had borrowed it, well, I left him at his place, and he pressure washed them, and with soap and water and all that. I had 3 drums over there, 4 drums. No, 3. 3 or 4. And I think 3 of them. 2 of them he pressure washed all the way down to bare metal. And then this one, he got about halfway and said, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. And instead of re-seasoning them, which is simple, just spray it down, start a fire, would have been great. He just closed them up. So the first 2 I got cleaned up about a year ago, and got all the surface rust out of it, which was a pain in the butt. But I'm gonna have to do that with this one, and it's the top half is all surface rust. The bottom half is still got the seasoning in it with grease and soapy water. Well, so it smells like a detergent tablet. It's kind of funky, so I'll be working on that. I'm kind of thinking I might try to do use some of that vinegar bath that I use for my cast iron skillets, and just throw that in there and kind of swoosh it around and try to hand scrub most of it. Because one, I got to, it's the vinegar bath, right? It should work, and then it would save me from crawling in there with a grinder.
True.
Saw Pioneer Woman 10 at Goodwill for $20. Way too high. Exactly. And I started watching that. Mudbrooker does a lot of where he gets on the sites and looks at all the stuff, and they do want top dollar for their stuff. Rusty put the dogs out. Thank you, buddy. Hopefully they ain't too wild. They're gonna be crazy when we get home. They always are. So yeah. So what did you think of our trip up the mountain?
I thought it was fun.
She didn't want to go at first
because I had to get ready, but I decided, as Pop's daughter myself, I need to, be a smart behind. And so I do. And he said that we should go up the trail and follow the trail. And so I said, yeah, let's just keep following the trail. And then I almost burnt myself. And then just stuff like that, little things.
Yep. It was a nice little walk. Oh. Oh, I want the other way. stuff. Yeah, I gotta get my order in with Uncle Steve to get some sauce.
Yeah.
You've been she was telling me that tell them about your dessert shake epiphany, if you will.
So I use Uncle Steve's on basically everything. And by everything I mean coffee, hot chocolates, everything. So me and my roommate, we give hot chocolate to our friends whenever they're having a bad day or they're tired and they want like a cozy drink. We'll make them hot chocolate. And so we found, and I told her about the dessert shake. So we both have a bottle of dessert shake on each side of our room. And so we're like, oh, do you want coffee? Sure. Do you want to do like the fancy coffees? Okay, dessert shake. And then we'll add dessert shake. And everyone that's tried I'm like, oh yeah, that's Uncle Steve's. And they're like, what is that? And I said, girl, just eat it. And they're like, oh, I like that. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
These aren't like crisping up, Pops, the way I want them to.
Well, you got to leave them sit. Hash browns, that's my problem with hash browns is I never leave them just sit. You got to leave them sit and crisp up.
Okay.
And they were frozen, so you got the moisture coming out. So you got to evaporate the moisture before it'll crisp up.
Okay.
So Rusty says his wife went with him to the auction last night. That's a surprise.
That is. How
was it? How was the auction?
Who was selling?
Yeah, I don't. He didn't say. Well, the Facebook post didn't say who was selling. So.
Well, I was talking.
But they've been doing. They've been doing where they have just one guy come in and sell a whole bunch of stuff instead of a couple guys. Yeah, congrats, Kent. That's awesome, buddy.
Woo!
This barbecue spot we went to, this Haywood's, and they're well known for the brisket. So we just went in, got a pound of brisket, sliced lean, and then I got a Brunswick stew, a cup of Brunswick stew. This was probably the best Brunswick stew I've had in a restaurant. Yes, it was really good.
Not all talk.
Right, and they had this one sauce. The wife was reading all the sauces, and they only had their one house special on the table, and then you could buy some, but they only had certain flavors.
Uh-huh. And
there was one she was reading and said it was a strawberry chipotle.
Oh, it was in there.
Yeah, so we asked for samples of it, and it was interesting. It really was. At first, you're like, wow. You actually get the strawberry sweetness,
mm-hmm.
and then not so much heat, but you get that good chipotle flavor. Like, I really liked it. And what? And
in 2024, the eatery is making a list of the top 100 places to eat in the U.S. Haywood Smokehouse in Dillsboro at number 11.
Hey, did y'all hear that? So we went to the number 11 spot in 2024.
And that is on the New and Observer. I don't know.
Yeah. So, hey, that's pretty cool.
Are we doing crosswords? Man, the amount of words I've learned. Ugh.
I know, right?
Okay, so that lady, I know who you're talking about now. She's the one that runs a little bargain grocery store.
Oh, okay.
The scratch and dent can stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, up in York. She was up there, he said.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of food stuff.
This is maybe from Yelp.
Okay.
That might be who put on the top 100. And
Okay.
They were 11.
So they had this. What'd you think of the strawberry chipotle?
I want to taste it on chicken.
We had it on brisket, and the brisket was fine by itself. And at first, and I told the waitress when she brought it out, and I saw a steak knife.
No one has chicken tenders.
when I saw the steak knife, I was like, wait a minute. But the brisket was lean and it was so tender. You cut it with a fork. I mean, it would pull apart if you picked it up.
Stab it with my knife and move it to my plate, and it fell apart.
Yeah,
it was good.
It was good. It was just right. And so, and I told the girl that I said, you made me nervous because it had the steak knife on it. And she said, well, we have to do that. So, Charlie says crosswords.
Yeah, I have. So, my friend Avis, she does the Wordles and the New York Times ones. And then I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So I started doing, I'm kind of picking up Wordle again. I've been obsessed with Wordle, which, if you don't know, it's a word guessing game. And you have 6 chances to guess a 5-letter word. And it'll tell you if it's the right letter in the wrong spot, if it's not part of the word, if
You should play it.
the right. Oh, yeah.
I'm better at word searches.
Well, this would make your brain work.
And so I've been doing word or crosswords and like Wordles that are like 11 letters. I got champion or celebration in 1 or 2 goes.
So remember I told you that there was something I thought would sound interesting. It had peanut butter.
Yes.
And it had like a jelly. What's a fruit compote?
Yeah.
It's on tater tots. Tots and fries, PB&J, topped with peanut butter, and our house-made fruit compote du jour. I said it just sounded interesting.
It does.
Yep. Look.
I couldn't think what it was called when I was telling you, like what it was on.
Yeah.
So it's on fries or tots. Peanut butter with their house fruit compote du jour. I don't know what that is. Is that like a jam?
Let me see.
A compote du jour?
Okay, friends, what's a compote du jour?
I think so.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Because compote is the base of jam. So it's probably
There, compote du jour.
like something to do with the jam.
We'll have to Google that.
I'm doing it
Oh,
right now.
Mom's Googling.
Googly
Googly. Now you're talking. I do New York Times and LA Times Sunday puzzles every weekend.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're fun. And so I'll go in like the free crosswords, and Washington Post has the free ones. Like,
It's just like a fruit compote.
yeah,
Which is just a
Like this is
It's
the
just
cherry
cooked
one
down.
would be cherries, water, sugar, and a little bit of brandy is optional.
oh okay. Okay.
so it's just
Heat it down so it gets thick like a jam.
Oh, okay.
like in health or like in like
Yeah.
the chef shows where they make like this little like jammy looking thing in the pan. That's a compote.
So Charlie says New York Times games every morning except Wordle. It means item of the day. That's du jour.
Du jour, yeah.
Du jour. Is that DiGiorno? No, it's not. It's delivery.
I don't think that's how it goes, but
Love crossword puzzles and word puzzles. I like word searches. I cannot stand a puzzle.
I know you don't like puzzles
Yeah.
in general.
Quit moving them. They're not going to crisp up if you keep moving them. That's my problem with Hashbrowns.
Yeah.
Yep, du jour of the day, item of the day. So, but that was pretty cool. There was something else we saw and we were like, oh, that's cool. Let me see what else there was, because I was like, so we might have to try that one. The peanut butter on fries or tots.
Yeah.
Although I got to watch. We went to Chili's and I got a burger and fries because I mean it was late and
It's Chili's.
I was hungry, like I needed to eat something substantial, and like their salads had mixed greens. I'm getting tired of eating mixed greens in my salad. You know, there's times where you just want like head of romaine lettuce, you know, or iceberg lettuce. Like you just don't want.
Yeah.
But anyway, so, man, my legs were hurting like I'll get out the next. I got up Saturday morning. My wife says, Mama says, "Hey, you look terrible. What's wrong?" And I was moving like all
You
stiff.
were moving stiff.
And I said, my knees just hurt really bad. And it's the French fries, that fried food. Okay, so here's another one. I think we can do this one. Was it on a French bread, honey? The hot caprese?
Yes.
So it's a flatbread pizza. Oh, I missed comments. Hold on. So Rusty said compotes of fruit preserve or cooked in syrup. Yep. Do I need to let the dogs out one more time? Yeah, because probably this afternoon, mid-afternoon, because I don't know what time we're heading out of here.
Yeah.
Thank you. So there's a hot caprese
How many
flatbread.
eggs do you want?
4. And it is house-made marinara with sliced tomato, fresh mozzarella, basil, and balsamic glaze drizzle.
Huh.
So I think we'll make that. That sounds pretty cool. And then there was this other one. It's called Earthworks. Yeah, I know. It's kind of crazy. But it sounds... So the name sounds really weird, right? Earthworks.
Mm-hmm.
But it's taters, mushrooms, carrots, onions, provolone cheese, scrambled eggs, or fried with the balsamic drizzle. So it's kind of like your loaded hash browns, but on a flatbread.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you're doing.
Your eggs.
And then I don't know if y'all seen this yet. I was like, are you serious? Dill pickle ketchup. Yeah, Wally Mart has that one. I was looking at the, is it me or is the video pixelated? I don't know. Scotty, we're up in the mountains, so it may be my Wi-Fi because we're on the cabin Wi-Fi because we don't have any cell service at all. So we're kind of on the cabin Wi-Fi, so it may be us. But here's another little picture that I found that I thought y'all might like. Let's see if it won't zoom in, it won't pick. So anyway, it's Adam with a charcoal grill, and then there's Eve, and it says the McRib is back, and she says, "Stop calling me that."
Oh my gosh.
I laughed way too hard at it. I thought it was funny. But I thought it was funny. Anyway. Yeah. Let's see. So Scotty, I just saw that this morning that you posted your 3-2-1 ribs. I'll be interested to watch that one. I hadn't watched it yet. I got it saved. Like I said, our internet's spotty. But so I'll be interested to see that. And then he did a 3-2-1 ribs.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. What else you got going on? So you got about another month of school.
Yeah.
And then
I'm gonna come home, work for a little bit, my roommate Casey is gonna come down and spend 2 weeks with us to observe.
Oh
with
yeah.
And yeah, I made a lot of really good friends this year, and we all hang out like at least every day.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you. I'll give you a call later on.
Yeah, we hang out pretty much every day. Just because, like, they're around or we're hanging out in the dorm or.
You got some Lucky Shake you can sprinkle on there.
I had to wait for it to cook a little bit.
Nice.
But yeah, so we talk all the time. We'll hang out. Like Rufaro that came with us, she was like, oh, I don't know if I really want to go, whatever. And she goes, actually, what time is it? It's for Casey. Like, and I told Casey, I was like, you know how much I love you, right?
So, point to the little thing right there underneath the cabinet. Yeah.
That's a speaker.
That is a under the cabinet CD player.
Yeah.
AM, FM. Yeah. I want one of those. Why? Because my grandma used to have one. I think she still does.
Grandma Jean?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. So we had a couple birthdays. Jerry, happy birthday. I know it's late, but he had a birthday last week. One of my F3 guys had a birthday yesterday.
Chance.
Yep, my nephew.
Bunch of my friends.
Ooh. So.
Yep.
Let's see. French's has pickle mustard. Really? I didn't see that one. It's funny. The one melanoma site that I'm on, Facebook page. It's called Melahomies Unite.
Yeah, I giggle every time I look at your Instagram post and it goes Melahomies. I crack up.
Yep. They're always like, I guess I didn't get into it, but they do a lot of dill pickle stuff and posting different dill pickle stuff because of the chemotherapy and stuff. I never had the pickle urge, or I think it's more for like the vinegar.
I was about to say you ate a lot of pickles though, but they were
the sweet gherkins.
Yeah, but I mean you still ate pickles like a lot of pickles.
But they weren't dill pickles.
No.
Yeah. She's trying. Yeah. You wonder why we're called the Bears.
She's gonna kill you.
I know. She'll be upset. That's all right. So, does anybody have the Blackstone 17-inch carry case? I was looking at it, and it's like $25, I think it is, or $30. And it's made for the 17-inch propane one. But I've heard the E series will fit in it. But it looks like that it's all soft-sided, like it's not, like there's no hard chipboard or anything like that in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if that would work, like, I don't know. Because what I'm thinking is when I travel with the E series, it's nice to travel with because it's, easy clean up, this kind of stuff, and we can set it outside and do all that. And but it's got the glass lid, and when we put it in the car, you put stuff on top of it. You got to watch the weight. And so I was just wondering if anybody had that and what they thought of the case. So I think I'm going to end up having to get some 1x something or other and make a wooden box for it.
Maybe.
Steven, what's going on, brother? How is life down in the islands.
Islands?
Well, Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know what highway you take there, so it's probably an island. Yep.
Pretty good inference spot.
Yeah, you like that?
Like the inference.
Yeah. Let's see. So Paige's really liking this. I might not even need to build a box for it because if Paige really likes this Blackstone, it may end up at her new apartment.
Well, you know I'm a cast iron through and through. But the more I'm using it, the less I hate it.
Yeah, if you guys remember the first time we had one, we were doing the E series versus the iron griddle. The iron griddle won out every time for Pay. But like this, there was no butter, no oil. It's just that nonstick surface.
Yeah, but I mean,
and it's easy cleanup. And I know I put it in a video the other day, but I found the new Blackstone stuff that's in the camping aisle at Wally World. They have little trays, and the little trays are actually narrow enough to fit in the grease cup, but it's small compared. It's half the size of the yeah. So this is what it is. They're little liners, but as you can see, that's how big it is. So it ain't very big. But in the grease cup, I mean, it fits about, I guess that's about 2/3. I don't know. But it fits in there, so it's easy to clean up. And I was like, this pack of 10 was $5. So, I'll definitely get a few more of those to keep around. But
the only reoccurring issue I have with the Blackstone is the rubber utensils.
The plastic ones, yeah. They've got I looked at the press. Mm-hmm. They've got a hard plastic press that's supposed to be for the E series and the new ones. The new ones are aluminum, anodized aluminum, or cast aluminum. Sorry, cast aluminum. So they heat up faster and hotter, and they're more lightweight for the hiking. Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, it's not for us. But ooh.
Had to chef it up,
Trying it out. Yeah. But there's not a whole lot of I'm kind of surprised that Blackstone's kind of ditched their E-Series stuff. I mean, and I say that because they're like, they don't have any more products out for it.
Well, because nobody's buying them, because once you have one, that's it.
Well, like the people buy the propane Blackstones, like they get multiples of them.
But like
But the E-Series, you got one, and they have so much trouble with the lids, or not the lids, the surfaces.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not coming out with a whole lot of products for that. I mean, they got the 6-ring egg ring thing? Yeah. Now they just came out with the 2-1, so you get two you get a pair of the dual egg ring things, the silicone egg ring things for, what was it, $15, $12, I think it was. Yeah, and I was like, okay, well that'd be all right. Versus the silicone egg ring pack that's like $25.
Yeah, or you just use a mason jar lid.
But you can't do it on the ceramic because the metal will.
That's what I like.
Yeah. So
Is it has to be rubber?
yeah. So Scotty loves his electric Blackstone.
Good job, preview Scotty.
No, I like it. Like there's certain it's easy. I like it because it's easy use, easy clean up. You know, so it's got its purpose. It's got its place. Kill it breakfast on it.
Yeah, no, it's a good breakfast pan, but I don't want to make everything on it. Like, it wouldn't be an everyday use for me.
Yeah. Yeah, like doing burgers and stuff, it's okay. I mean, it does great. It does do good stir fry and, you know, stuff like that. It's fun to cook on, but let's see. 3 years now, works great. Use it every weekend. Oh yeah, I keep it in the garage, and while I was keeping it in the house, I don't have a designated spot for it yet. I was kind of looking at some sort of
Here's Pop's breakfast.
I was looking at some sort of a little table or something like that, but I hadn't got there yet. Haven't found one. You know, again, they want top dollar for. You go to some of these shops and they want top dollar for it, and you're like, come on now. But Scotty says, awesome, looks great. It is a massive, massive, beautiful work of art.
That sounded the most backhanded thing, the way you said it. It's a huge, fantastic piece of art.
See, even Steven says it looks great. Scotty and Steven both said it looks great.
Well, I know because I can cook.
Oh! So yeah, your roommate said she wants her own skillet. So I have to be on the lookout. I mean, I could probably pull one off the wall.
She, because we've been talking about what we need for the room and for our apartment next year. And she said, we don't need pans, we have the cast iron. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to bring one up. And she was like, yeah, you can bring up yours. And I was like, yeah, and I mean, Pop has a lot of them. She was like, yeah, he does.
Yep.
But Avis and her family has like a big cast iron cauldron.
Oh man.
And they do like bowls in it and
yeah. So Rusty and I were talking about doing Dutch oven popcorn, right? For ancillary for the
eat it while it's hot.
Come see. I will. I'll get a picture of it in a minute. And I got down this rabbit hole of kettle corn.
Mm.
So I pulled out my 14, I put it on the burner, and I had to heat up too high the first batch because I used the popcorn oil and kind of burnt the oil a little bit. It just started to, and I mean it popped fast. I mean it was quick.
Mm-hmm.
And then I added when I added the sugar, I burnt the sugar. Just started to burn the sugar. So it was kind of like a combination. I had to heat up way too high. So we're working on kettle corn in a Dutch oven.
Yeah.
So in all the videos and stuff I'm watching, you know, of course they use the big jambalaya pots with the rounded bottom, which makes sense, but that's not what I have.
True.
So, you know, kind of making it with what we have.
The Waffle House hash browns too?
What?
You want hash browns?
Mm-hmm.
1 or 2? Patties.
Make her a pair. Load it up.
Okay. You want eggs on it too, Ma?
You want what?
Do you want eggs?
Do you have them made?
Yeah.
She will.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Over easy?
Oh,
If you have them.
we're going. You hear it? She's going over easy.
1 or 2 eggs?
1.
All right.
Yeah, now she's gonna try.
Been a minute. Like 7 years?
Yep, they came up on the timeline on my Facebook. I think I sent it to you.
Yeah, you did.
That when she was learning to make over easy eggs on the cast iron griddle pan.
And that's the only way I knew how to do it.
Yeah. And it took, for me, it took that griddle pan and the griddle to get it. But I can do them on this pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's see.
baby.
Charlie said, excellent. Steven said, congrats on yesterday's crazy cookout or cook off. Yeah, Kent, that's awesome, man. And I believe you said that you got a lady makes your trophies, right? Oh, you started to plate?
Wait, Mom, let's see.
Are they crispy?
So that's a joke in my friend group.
Oh my goodness. Here
So-
we go.
No, so it's just I don't know how it started, but Cat just kind of came up and was like, "Was it crispy?" And so
So crispy is like a slang thing now, isn't it?
it's like it's from some video. I just don't know what video they're talking about. You want everything, Mama?
Sure.
Because they were talking yesterday, and I had to like. She was like, "Yeah, I don't want to be on the vibe," and I was like, "What? Like the car?"
A vibe?
Yeah.
Hot.
And I was like, "What? What are they talking about?" So then like they use it again in a sentence, and I was like, "Okay, I get it." So it's like a feeling. Yeah.
I vibe you.
Ew.
Oh,
Ew.
fun. Windy as heck.
Blasting it in the microwave to make sure it's all hot.
Oh, you're reheating? Okay.
I do like that.
Got cheese on there so it'll melt a little.
That goes on top.
I don't know if we have any ketchup. You might have some in your McDonald's bag from last night. What else we got going on? What are we doing today? We gotta go check out your place. So tell them the situation with your. Y'all see that? So when you come to Western, they guarantee you the first
2 years.
2 years on campus. Now, when they do that, they're anticipating what, a 40 to 45% transfer dropout rate. So of the first 2 years, the first freshman class or sophomore class, they either transfer somewhere else or they just drop out completely. Well, this year that
My
didn't happen.
class kind of screwed it up because 60% of us dropped out. High dropout rate. And so they let in more people than supposed to. Like 500 or 1,000 more people. And so their rooms were completely booked. And they said basically, if you're not a sophomore, see you later, find somewhere to live.
And there's not a whole lot of places around here. So her and her roommate have.
Well, unless because we don't have a car.
Yes. So she has to be within walking distance or her roommate's distance because her roommate has a car.
For the cat.
Or yeah, there's the campus bus.
Which I don't care. Like,
But in our current situation, we don't have another available car. So they were looking at a couple places, and we're going to kind of go and look around today and see those before we take the journey east. Ooh, dang, look at that. Let's get a picture of that bad boy. All right. All right.
Thanks, man. There you go, Mom.
So we're doing that, and seeing how we've already went to the two kind of touristy towns.
Yeah.
There's plenty more. It's just
Yeah, there's a bunch around.
Yeah, Mama would like to go to Sierra Nevada.
I don't
Which
know
is-
if they're open today.
She likes Sierra Nevada.
Yeah, which is I mean, you all know the brewery. That's right up here, up this way. Nice. We went the one time and and it was kind of neat because they have the big where they brew it, and then it goes over into their holding tank, and then they have a tap on the tank, so right at the bar. So when you're getting a beer from there, it's coming straight from the tank that they just brewed. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's kind of neat. There's like,
Really fresh.
yeah. So there's like six big tanks in there. So, well, Pay, you got anything else?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, we've been on for a little over an hour, and hopefully it's not
And
too
we
bad.
have to be out of here at 11. So,
Well,
Oh,
so we need to wrap.
yeah, we got to wrap it up and get packed up. This whole time I thought you guys were inside the house. We're inside a house, just not ours.
oh my goodness.
So, all right. Well, we got to get packed up and get up out of here. Somebody's got to do dishes. And yeah. So we'll see y'all next week.
Bye, guys.
Going to do our.
Always remember there's 2 rules in cooking. Did you have fun? Did it taste good? Rock on. You, my friends, are awesome, and I'll see you later.
Have a great week, everybody.